Hello and welcome to United for Good. I'm Margaret O'Neill with the United Way of Central West Virginia. As always, we want to say thank you to the Library Television Network and the West Virginia Library Commission for allowing us to be part of their programming. We hope you're having a wonderful fall season, and as we enter into winter, I just want to remind you a little bit about we are in campaign season for the United Way, and by that we mean we're talking to people far and wide, companies, businesses, nonprofits, and individuals about the work and mission of the United Way of Central West Virginia. We invite you, if you would like to know more or you haven't seen us at your place of business and you'd be interested in what a workplace campaign or a presentation to your staff would look like, please reach out to us at the United Way. We'd love to share with you our work, some of the things that may be resources to you, your family, your neighbors, your church family. So if you've seen us out and you've made a decision to donate, we couldn't be more grateful. We know that every dollar is so important to families right now, and the struggle is real. So please know that we appreciate everything that people do to support our United Way, which allows us to support 37 different nonprofit partners in our 6 counties. As a reminder, Kanawha, Putnam, Boone, Logan, Clay, and Braxton counties served by our United Way of Central West Virginia. In addition to that, supporting children through our Equal Footing Shoe Fund, and I can't ever not mention West Virginia 211, which is West Virginia's information and referral number. So as we get into winter and we get into the holiday season, it's not uncommon for people to experience different challenges, perhaps with utility assistance as the weather changes and it gets colder out and bills go up. We know that Christmas can sometimes be a challenge for families. So please reach out to the United Way, or please reach out to 211 directly if you have questions about resources related to services that may be able to help you and your family as we go through the winter season. So I never want to neglect mentioning that before we get started with our guest. And I think you're going to be so excited about our guest, because I am. I gotta say, there are nonprofits that we partner with for a variety of different reasons and ways, and we try to support local business as much as we can. But the guest we have today operates and is the executive director of one of the very best favorite places I have, not only in Charleston, but in West Virginia and probably across multiple states, and that's the Capital Market. So please help me welcome Evan Osborne, executive director of Capital Market here in Charleston. Yay!
I didn't realize I was going to cry right off the bat.
Don't cry. You're awesome. So I always want to give guests, first of all, thank you for joining us. I know you're super busy as you're getting ready to roll in Christmas trees, and we'll talk about that in a minute, and what that looks like literally on your face. But we also just want to say thank you, because you are a big part of Charleston and you're a big part of the tourism community in Charleston. You're certainly a big foodie scene as we go there to cook and shop, and we can talk about Chef Paul. But before we do that, tell us a little about yourself and your wonderful family. And you've done things besides Capital Market. You've been in West Virginia for a while.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to be born in Charleston.
Yay!
And then I moved away. I grew up in North Carolina, came back, met a girl.
As the story goes.
Right. And we've been fortunate. We have 2 teenage children. Mouthy teenage children, and I can't really imagine being anywhere else.
And you've been with Capital Market for how long?
About 5 years now.
Gosh.
In different capacities. My wife jokes that my version of a midlife crisis was going to work for the farmers market, and so I started during COVID. Actually, my very first day. It was the day the governor's mask mandate went into effect, and it was probably one of the most interesting first days I think anyone could ever have.
You'll never forget it, will you? And you stayed.
I did.
That's what's always interesting when you come into a work experience that starts out with that kind of a challenge.
I did.
Everything else is like, if I can do that, what can't I do, right?
Exactly. And, I'm so tremendously fortunate to get to do what I do, and, I have a cool job.
You do. I won't lie. I'm jealous sometimes. I mean, and Evan knows, I'm literally there every day through the summer. I'm either buying way too many flowers, plants, or mums and pumpkins, which my husband would also agree with, or I shop. I mean, we love to eat fresh and local, and, we garden a little bit at home, but it's so easy to stop by the market on my way home and pick up fresh produce or fresh meat from inside. Let's talk, if you want to, a minute about how many shops are inside, because we know that the season, for flowers and fresh vegetables outside are over for the moment, and but you've got great shops inside that can feed us all winter long.
Absolutely. So currently we have 9 indoor tenants. We're getting ready to actually have our first new tenant for the first time in 10 years.
Can you tell us? Is it a secret?
No, we don't know who it is.
Oh, okay, good. I don't want to miss the secret. If you know, like this is a show where we're getting secrets out of people.
I really do not know. I promise. So we have currently 8 full-time indoor tenants, and it ranges from everything from a full-service sit-down Italian restaurant, Soho's, and then we have 7 other vendors, everything from fresh meat, coffee, sushi, wine,
chocolate.
I mean, I kind of have to deliberately steer myself away from it every day.
I would weigh 500 pounds if I worked there. That's a true story. But talk to me a little bit about how, because I think this is your vision. I mean, I really believe that. But we've seen tremendous growth in the market since you've been there, and your vision to just expand opportunities and for people. And that's one of the reasons why we consider you a community partner. That's our series of shows we've been doing this year, is to really talk about all the community partners we have in through the United Way work. But you've advertised ducks for us. You've been a partner to so many other nonprofits. But your vision to just expand everything that's there.
Some people are often surprised to learn that Capital Market is in fact a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Part of our mission, our mission is really sort of threefold, and we want to obviously support small businesses. So we do that by subsidizing their rent, their operations, and their utilities and things like that. We want to work to expand, agriculture in the state of West Virginia. A lot of people will always know the market as the farmers market, and so we were really kind of born out of that. And then really, in the past couple years, we've tried to embrace our identity as a community space for everyone, and we're that third place. We're not home, we're not work, we're the market.
That's right, and meet you at the market, right? That's what we often say. And so you probably have heard me tell this story before, but this is my 7th year in Charleston. And when I came from the Beckley market, didn't know very many people, and I started in August. And so the very first big social event of the season was the market mixer. And everybody's like, you got to go to the market mixer. And I'm like, okay. And I was so excited to go, and I knew out of, I don't know how many, 500 people were there, I knew 2 people. I was just distraught.
And now I bet you came back this year, them all.
It's a little better now, but it is truly, I mean, if you haven't ever been, you want to plan on that in October because it's super good. And then you do all these fundraisers for different organizations. I know you've helped the Parkinson's folks and our friend George Manahan. You want to talk about some of those things?
Absolutely. So where we try to lift up, other organizations, you guys do so much to support our community. And it's really just a small measure that we can do to help give back. We have this really unique property, and by virtue of us hosting events for other organizations throughout the year, it's a great chance for not only us to highlight our tenants and what they're doing, what's in season and things like that, but give a space to groups that may not otherwise be able to afford the rental space, or really enable them to put more money back into their mission to help serve our community.
When you talked about agriculture, I don't want to neglect this because I think it was new this year, but the jam thing with the jellies and jams, oh my gosh, of all the things, and I love them all, the macaroni and all that, but that was so fun. And as somebody who tries to can a little and make some jam, just fascinated to talk to both sides, right? You had professional people there, and then you had the home cook, if you will, that was doing jams and presenting that. Is that something you plan to continue?
I think so.
Success with that?
I think so. We were approached by the folks from Tudors, and their signature nonprofit is the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Right. Yep.
And so we essentially created the first opportunity for West Virginia jam and jelly makers to compete against one another, and it was so much fun. And
it was so much fun.
I got to meet somebody dressed as a giant biscuit, which is always it's the giant mascots from Puddles to the
That's
giant.
So funny.
I believe he was Ron.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But Ron the biscuit, because we all know our Tudor's biscuits, right? No matter what, we know which one we get. And so we've done summer. You had a great summer, I hope. All the vendors seemed pretty happy every single time I was over there. Now
they'll let you know if they're not.
Well, that's true, but they know they can come to you.
Sure, absolutely.
That's the point. When you've got a problem, you've got good support and people that can help you. So we did now Mums and Pumpkins, and I went to Soho's, I guess last week or the week before, and my heart just crashed because there was nothing outside. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't look out there. And then I noticed this cute little greenhouse looking thing. And I know the trees are coming, but tell us about what you've got planned for the holiday season and when we can start expecting to see that.
Sure. So trees are en route as we
Yay.
speak. And it's funny, you know, you look at the shifting shopping patterns. From when the market first opened in 1997, fresh cut Christmas trees didn't arrive till December 10th. And now we're going to have them in advance of Black Friday this year. So
And people will buy them, right? 'Cause,
absolutely.
yep, that's cool. Do you know how many you get?
On average, I bet you we'll sell anywhere from probably 3,000 to 4,000 trees per tree.
And are the tree vendors kind of the same as your summer vendors? Or do you
No,
get
they all
new
fluctuate with each season. One of the things that's really neat about the market is we have a lot of agricultural producers that really specialize in certain seasons. So if you're not familiar, you know, spring is our flower and mum season. You've got Mother's Day that falls in there, and Mother's Day at Capital Market is our Black Friday.
Don't go there. I mean,
do
go there,
come, but
go there, but go like on Friday.
Yeah, you know, maybe come on Thursday. Right.
Yes.
So that's all hands on deck, and then that transitions into our summer produce season. There's really, in my mind, nothing better than a West Virginia tomato when it's in season.
I totally agree.
And then fall is pumpkins and mums and straw and all the stuff that
And all
makes
the pictures, because people love to go to the market and get their pictures taken with all the flowers and the mums and the truck. People put the antique truck out there for pictures.
And then for about six weeks in the winter, we are a winter wonderland. And so this year, what we're doing, we're for the first time ever, we're building, there's all this great stuff going on in Charleston for the holidays. And we thought that it would be really neat to kind of come up with something that we could do at the market. You have these great events from Light the Night at the Ballpark to Holly Jolly Brawley, which is just this huge festival of trees that we're happy to provide. So we wanted to kind of come up with something that'll really showcase some international food and drink vendors. You know, we've got this really great core of owner operators in the market, and they have, you know, food and drink from all over the world. So each weekend we're going to highlight a different geographic region. So the first weekend is just going to be Latin American focused, and then the second weekend is celebration of a German Christmas, and then the third and final weekend will be a French holiday. And so we're going to curate specific menu items and food and drink to complement each of those. So it's kind of really an opportunity each weekend to go, not only shop, you know, in the outdoor market, hopefully pick out your tree, but really hopefully be exposed to some international things that you may not have had the opportunity to try before. And then along with it, we're going to have special programming. So like the first weekend, for example, on Friday night, we're going to host what I'm calling sleigh bells and salsa. So we're going to have a salsa band outside, and you can go and dance amongst all the Christmas trees. And then,
so fun.
And then Saturday night, we're going to show Elf in Spanish.
Oh my gosh. No, I love that. Yeah. So exciting. Yeah. And I think it's your creativity, because now you don't ever know what you're going to find at the market, right? So whereas you might have thought, you know, I've been there, done that sort of thing, this is all new and different, and people can come every week and experience something new. Let's talk a second, because you and I both believe in the same thing. I think that community development leads to economic development.
Absolutely.
And you know, if we can continue to do the things that make Charleston, Kanawha Valley, Central West Virginia the place for people to come and live and work and play and raise their family. But if you don't know that Charleston is going to be the holiday, I have chill bumps thinking about it, honest to gosh, that it is the holiday scene here. When we got the vibe going on. So the ballpark opens, people are going to be watching this for a few weeks or a month. And so the ballpark lights open November the 17th and go till January 1. So you'll have lots of opportunity to go to Go-Mart Park, and they've got an ice skating rink. Evan and I have had a chance to see the lights as they've kept them on and put them up, and it's so exciting, and we can't wait. And then you and I both, your organization at the Capital Market and the United Way of Central West Virginia, both participating in Holly Brawley Jolly Walkway.
Right.
I never get it right, but that's right. Christmas trees. I mean, I don't know how many this year. Do you? Like?
I know exactly
how many.
It's 161.
And so everybody decorates their tree. Like our theme this year is going to be, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, but it's dancing and ducks, and so to represent the Great Rubber Duck Race, and then our signature event, the Dancing with the Stars event that we'll be hosting in June of 24. So our tree is going to be that. Do you know what your tree is going to be?
I do, actually. It's going to be a tree-themed tree, because we are the home for most of the trees in Kanawha County.
Well, that couldn't be any easier.
It's very on brand for us.
Well, and they open the 25th.
That's Black Friday, yep.
Yep, and so starting the 25th, of course, there's lots of stuff that'll be going on that Saturday night and that weekend, but you can walk Holly Brawley Walkway all day and all night for about till after Christmas. I think we have to have them down right after Christmas, the Christmas trees. But come to Charleston, go to the market, see everything there, eat at Soho's, buy some gifts, go to the ballpark, let your kids and family experience all that's beautiful over there. Go to Holly Brawley and end up on Capitol Street and participate with some local stuff.
Our friends over at the KRT are doing something really, really exciting.
I love KRT. I love Sean Hill.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, they're incredible.
I need to have him on the show.
And so if you're planning to go downtown for these events, you can park at any of the city garages downtown. If you walk over to Slack Plaza, the Holly Jolly Brawley trolley will be there to shuttle you from all 3 points. So you can start over at the Christmas trees, work your way over to the market, hop back on, go over to the ballpark, and then it'll eventually bring you right back to the parking garage.
That's so awesome.
And that's free of charge, and it'll run sort of continuously throughout the season.
Friends, great community partners here in Charleston in the Kanawha Valley. We're so fortunate. Evan and I are so fortunate that we have a chance to work together and see these just relationships grow and flourish for the good of the community. And we're all winners when that happens, right? If we bring more people to town, more people may participate in donating to the United Way, more people are going to be customers at the market, and it's a win for everybody. So we, as two Charleston folks, we just encourage you all, if you're watching this, to come and see us over the holiday season and enjoy some of the super great fun that we're going to be having. Now, I have to talk about the really big thing that you're doing in December at the market, and that's the Market Mingle.
Merry Market Mingle.
Merry Market Mingle. I'm going to have that tattooed on
That's
my
all right.
hand.
There's too much alliteration going on right
I
now.
can't get it right. But the Merry Market Mingle, is this the second or third year?
Second year.
Second year, super successful. Tell me a little bit about what happens.
So when
And it's inside.
It is inside, so you don't have to worry about
Cold. Snow.
It's snowing, because it'll be. So last year, shortly after I had taken over as executive director, one of the things that I wanted to do was come up with an event that we can do each season at the market to really highlight what makes each season so special. And so the last one that we'll do this year is the Merry Market Mingle. It's Wednesday, December 14th.
13th.
Is it 14th? All right.
It's the 13th, trust me.
Okay. Sorry. And it'll start at 6 p.m., goes till 9 p.m., and really it's an opportunity for you to experience the market in a whole new light. We turn off all the lights. It's filled with Christmas, and we've got everything from carolers to a DJ, some really incredible food options lined out this year. Ted from the Wine Shop is pairing the entire menu with different food and drink items, and it, as our board president likes to say, I had no idea what this event was going to be the first year, and then it instantly became his favorite. So,
Stephen Keith, your board chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine fella he
Absolutely.
is, the food guy. What a perfect fit for your board.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And so, because we are good partners, and Evan was kind enough that we approached him and the Merry Market Mingle and said, would it be possible for the United Way to introduce our cast of Season 3's Dancing with the Stars, again, I have chill bumps, at that event. And so, if you want to know, if you want to have the first look at the 12 people, 6 couples that are going to be raising money for the United Way starting from that night on until June the 7th, where we actually host the event at the beautiful Charleston Coliseum and Event Center, Civic Center. Please come to the Merry Market Jingle. You won't know it and before that night. All 12 dancers will be there. I'm sure they will be excited to...
I think we've got a plan in place for them to make a pretty grand entrance.
Yay! They're so excited,
Absolutely.
and we're so excited. And so if you want to know who that is, please get a ticket. Tell us a little bit about how to get a ticket. And I know it's limited, right? We're only going to sell so many tickets.
We're capping it at 250 total, so it gets tight in there. And If you want to get a ticket, go to capitalmarket.net, go to events, and you'll see the Merry Market Mingle right there, right on the homepage. And I encourage you, if you really want to be the first to know. It's kind of like every year now that Dancing with the Stars is back, there are a couple things every year that I look forward to knowing. And one, now that Regatta's back, who's going to be playing Regatta?
Exactly.
And two, which one of my friends are going to be dancing, and hopefully I get to, go support them
You
for
might
dancing.
know one or two.
So.
I could maybe tell you that it's something related to tutors might be one dancer.
Okay.
That's really exciting. It's not Ron the Biscuit, but it could be.
Well.
It could be. It's going to be somebody really exciting.
Fantastic.
Before we do go buy a ticket. I really want to encourage you to do that if you're interested, not only in dancers, but if you want to be a part of that super fun holiday event. Again, you go early before the market closes. You can do your Christmas shopping. You can see all the stuff, and then have your ticket ready for the Merry Market Mingle that starts at 6 o'clock on December the 13th. I'm pretty sure it's a Wednesday.
Yep.
And so we don't have a whole lot of time, but I can't not talk about Paul Smith, right? And so was Chef Paul already doing the AARP cooking demonstrations before his James Beard nomination? Yep. So tell folks a little bit about that relationship.
So Paul is effective this year, the Capital Market Culinary Ambassador.
Yay!
And this is something, Paul's a friend, and it's always a great day when we had the opportunity to work together. And for several years now, AARP has been proud to help us put together a monthly in-season Let's Get Cooking segment. And we provide that as a community service to no cost. It's an opportunity to come learn from a James Beard finalist chef how to not only shop at Capital Market, but then turn these fresh local ingredients into world-class meals.
Because I won't lie, not to interrupt you, but I see those little baby eggplants, and I want to cook with it so bad, but Margaret's just not quite sure she knows how or what to do with it. And so his ability to demonstrate, I mean, it's just pretty awesome to watch.
It's always amazing because he's so generous with his time, and he has so little of it. And the fact that each month, really from April to October, that he's willing to carve out pretty much half of his day in order to help us bring this event to the community is
and that's free, right? People come for free.
Yep.
And you usually have a pretty good crowd.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been there when it's packed.
Obviously, as not to make his head get any bigger, but as his star has risen, we've seen just more and more people come. And I think that, that's one of the great things about this collaboration with AARP and Chef Paul. It's really just bringing more people out. And like you said, as we grow our audience, everyone benefits. And it's really a great thing.
It's a great thing. And Chef Paul, his star is rising, and I would say he's not only an ambassador to the market, but to West Virginia as a whole. And so it was really cool to be at the market the night of the James Beard Award with a huge crowd. It was amazing. And to cheer him on, and win or lose, he was a winner for us, for sure. And it couldn't be more excited that I had the chance to be there that night and be a witness to that.
You talk about chill bumps and some of the core memories of things that have happened. And, Charleston's such a close, tight-knit community. To see all of those people come out to support him and really just throw their support behind our hometown boy. I think if you live in Chicago or New York or any other major city, you kind of take those things for granted. But the fact that one of our friends, somebody that we all know, is a James Beard finalist.
Right, and we could text him right now.
Yes, exactly. It's so neat. And I think
it is cool.
Yeah.
So my last question for you before we wrap this up, the hardest one. What's your favorite part about being there? What's your favorite part about being the boss at the market?
It's that I get to wear so many hats, and for someone like me that can fidget and spin around, it's the perfect. It's a little bit of an office job. It's a little bit of being out in the community. It's the opportunity to see our small businesses grow, to see our farmers reinvest their time and money, and really. It's the fact that we have all this leeway to try new things and to do things we haven't done before. Sky's the limit, and every day is a little bit different. Every day can be a challenge.
I think the United Way fits into that description.
Absolutely.
Every day.
I think that's why we get along so well.
Exactly.
We share a
pivot.
lot of the similar concerns and things that we need to address. And I think that Charleston, there's this energy that I haven't felt in a long time.
Exactly.
And I think we're at a tipping point where I think that we can do some incredible things. So we already know we have the people because they're incredible.
Yep.
And I think it's just, dialing that in and finding what there's every reason to be optimistic.
Yep, I agree. It's a great place to live. I promised I would ask about the hat. So before we run out of time, you can get your 304 hat at the market,
Absolutely. Check out West Virginia Marketplace. Our friends at On Point Customs 304 Tees have put together some incredible merchandise for us.
And that's just a side plug for those folks. If you haven't gone to that website and got your 304 merch, it's Google it.
Yeah.
You can Google it or do it on Facebook.
And there's a link to it on capitalmarket.net.
There you go. And so you can get logoed stuff for the market. You can get just 304 stuff. There's awesome vests. It's great. You want to check those folks out. We love them so much.
Absolutely.
Evan, we're so grateful that you're at the market, and we're so grateful for the market. What a wonderful draw. When I first came here, I would joke and say I'd go over there for something. I'd see more people from Beckley because that I knew than I did Charleston. But people come here from all over West Virginia, all over the East Coast, frankly, when they're traveling to come and visit you all. And you're always hospitable, and you're always kind, and you have a great staff. And I should say, you have a little, so unloading Christmas trees can be dangerous.
Absolutely.
One day I was there and he had Chris on a forklift and the battery died. And so Chris is suspended in the air with no battery on the forklift. And he walks in to do the show today with this teeny tiny little thing. And we're like, what happened? So tell us really fast what happened.
Like I said, it's never a dull moment at the Capital Market. And we were unloading some Christmas trees late yesterday evening and happened to just slam a Christmas tree right into the back of my eyeball, and fortunately, could have been much worse.
You're
right?
okay.
Yeah,
Taking one for the team.
Exactly.
That's what I love about you.
Hopefully, as my wife would say, hopefully it knocked some sense into it.
Well, you have lots of sense, and we're so glad you spent some of that time and sense with us today. Friends, I hope you learned a little bit about Capital Market, maybe something you didn't know, and that you're just compelled now to go and visit them through the holiday season. Go to Soho's for lunch. You can't top it for great parking and easy in and out, and see Mr. Harris and tell him the United Way sent you when you go there. And again, if you wonder how you might could help the United Way and what there might be that you can do that sometimes doesn't cost a whole lot, this is our cold weather drive season. So if you have some coats or cleaning out your closet, you have some heavy hoodies that you're done with, please feel free to drop them off at the United Way. We have a coat rack outside for gently used coats for people to take or donate. We'll always take little hot hands from people who are in the hunting season and don't use them all. Anything that could help our friends who may not have heat at home or may be unsheltered, we would love to take those off your hands as part of our cold weather drive. Again, I want to say thank you to the Library Television Commission. or the network, and we couldn't be here without them. And we hope that you'll support our United Way. Learn more by going to unitedwaycwb.org. Evan, thanks again. It is my pleasure to be your friend and to shop at your market.
Love you. I mean it.